Charlotte, I didn't know you were coming by.
Hope you don't mind if I do some wash. Steven still hasn't fixed that damn washing machine.
Oh, I got my towels on the line right now, but they'll be done soon. Where are the kids?
I took them over to Missy's. She said my girls needed a break from me. I don't know what it is, Mama, but lately I've been my own worst company.
Oh, you want me to get you a Dr. Pepper?
With ice cream?
Oh, of course, sugar. Anything for my eldest.
I've been eating all day.
Oh, a little bit won't hurt us.
A little bit goes a long way, Mama. Look at me, I'm a house.
Oh, hush up and go put your wash in the machine. Oh, do you want to stay for supper? I'm teaching Marie how to cook tonight.
I reckon that'll make front page news.
Well, would you like to stay?
I don't know how late Steven is staying at the gas station.
Do you need his permission to have supper with your family?
No, Mama, I don't need his permission.
Then stay.
I will discuss it with my husband when he decides to show up.
Since when did Steven start working on Saturdays?
Around the same time he stopped coming home at night.
Oh, dear Lord, Charlotte. Oh, the things you say.
I have made a decision. I'm going to be a secretary.
A secretary?
What for?
Oh, honey, I thought you wanted to be a pilot.
Not anymore, Mama.
That was last week, remember?
Monday morning, I'm signing up for summer session at the secretary school Katie Morgan went to.
Katie Morgan just got arrested, Marie.
I know, because she dropped out. She lost hope, but not me.
You want to be a secretary. Explain to me why.
Because I like the sound. I'm going to grow out my nails so I can make that click-click noise when I type. You'll see. I just have to learn how to type over the weekend in case they give me a tapping test or something.
Don't they teach you how to type at the school?
You would think so, wouldn't you?
Of course they'll teach her how to type, but what difference does it make? She'll just change her mind again within a week.
Charlotte, that is simply not true.
No? Well, last month you wanted to be a beautician. You fried Regina and Montgomery's hair so bad everybody can see her skull. And before that, you cut up all of Mama's curtains because you wanted to be a fashion designer.
I couldn't speak French.
Then we had that phase where you thought you wanted to be a firefighter, and until the day I die, I won't forget about the morning when Mama called me up and thought you were dead on the front lawn because you wanted to be a stunt woman.
I didn't break any bones, so I don't see what your point is. Why are you over here?
I'm doing my wash. My machine is broken.
I thought Steven was going to fix it.
So did I.
Did you pick up the chicken on the way home?
I forgot.
Marie, I told you this morning that I was going to teach you how to cook tonight.
I'm so excited about school, Mama, that the chicken just slipped my mind. Why doesn't Charlotte cook since she's over here being all ugly and bothering everybody?
Because this is why I moved out.
You don't cook for Steven?
Of course I do.
And what's the difference?
Look, I'm not even staying for supper.
Of course you are.
Mama, I have things to do. Besides, I don't know when Steven's getting off work, and I'm in no mood for Marie's cooking.
I'm going to order us a pizza.
You are not. You're going to learn how to fry chicken if it kills me.
That chicken might kill us all.
We must be the only family in the entire country that doesn't have a computer. I'm stuck in a time warp in this place.
Marie, they have computers at school. I swear to you they do.
Well, I hope so. If you aren't going to stay for supper, at least help me find the pizza coupons. I saw them around here somewhere. I think I want a pepperoni pizza with extra cheese and thick crust with plenty of Parmesan and hot peppers.
Oh, merciful God.
What's she so miserable about?
It isn't easy being married, Marie. She's got a lot on her mind. I think her and Steven are having some problems.
Well, I hope they work it out. Mama, do we have any typing paper?
Why would we, Marie? We don't even have a computer.
We live like cave women here. Might as well put a dinosaur bone in my hair.
Well, Berniece is coming by in a bit. I'll ask her if I can borrow some paper for you.
If she gets here, I'm hiding in my room.
Well, for goodness sake, why?
Because I've been telling you for years that woman is crazy.
Oh, now that's nonsense. She is my dearest friend.
I know. But she's still crazy. And she's nasty, too.
Well, since you forgot the chicken, what do you suppose we should have for supper?
I told you I'm ordering a pizza.
Forget it, Marie. I'll fix supper. We are not ordering a pizza.
Well, why not? It's simpler. No dishes, no mess, and it tastes good.
I've got exactly $5.12 to live on until tomorrow night.
Mama, I told you. Just shorten the hem of your skirt a little bit, and you'll get more tips. Make them think, here it is, but you can't have it.
Never mind about that. Where'd you get that typewriter?
Vernon Taylor was having a yard sale. It was only $10. I figured it was a good investment.
Don't they have typewriters to use at that library?
I wanted my own.
Well, when you change your mind about secretary school, you'll have to get rid of it. The garage is already full of useless junk.
I won't change my mind. I want to be a secretary.
I just can't figure out why.
What difference does it make? Do I have to have a reason for everything I do?
You never have, Marie.
That's why people like me, Mama. For my spontaneity. I am impulsive.
Marie, there ain't nothing impulsive about answering phones all day and typing letters.
Well, Mama, I have to start somewhere. I mean, if I want to own my own company one day, I'm going to have to terrorize the neighborhood for a bit and see who I can blackmail into giving me a ream of typing paper. If you hear about an impulsive woman on Falke Street, it's only me. I'll be back soon.
Well, pick up a chicken while you're out. Oh, mother of God, she'll probably steal it from someone's yard.
Hi, John. This is Charlotte. I'm fine, thank you. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, not since the Jazz Fest. Is your wife still working at the Oyster Bar? Pregnant? Again? How many does that make? 411? You know I'm just teasing you. I'm happy for you both. That's great news. Listen, John, is my husband still there? What time did he leave? Did he say where he was going? Because that was nearly 2 hours ago. Well, if you hear from him, just tell him that his wife called and that she's over at her mama's doing the wash. Will you tell him that for me? All right. Thanks, John. And tell Arlene I said congratulations. I'll talk to you soon. That rotten son of a bitch.
I got some from the neighbors.
Marie, are you serious about this secretary school thing?
Of course I am. Why? Do you think it's a dumb idea?
No, I never think your ideas are dumb. You just have a lot of them. I'm sorry I was in such a bad mood when you first got home.
That's all right. Mama said that you and Stephen were having some problems. I understand.
You always do.
I'm your sister. It's my obligational duty to understand you no matter how hormonal or premenstrual you get. Charlotte, my love for you is unconditional, like a rock. Don't tell Mama, but when I was out, I used the neighbor's phone to order pizza. It should be here soon. Maybe I'll meet a millionaire in secretary school, move to New York City.
Why would you move to New York? It's crazy there.
I like the lights. I've decided I need to fall in love.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's almost summer. It's the perfect time for a love affair.
If you say so.
You know, I've never really told you this, but I'm a little bit jealous of you.
What for?
You have a perfect life. You have a nice husband and 2 beautiful girls. That is exactly what I want.
My life isn't perfect, Marie. It never has been.
I think it is. I mean, you have what every girl dreams of.
This is not what I dreamed of. In a few years, you'll understand that there is more to life than getting married and raising children.
Maybe you should have left before.
Well, I'm not going to New York. I love it here too much. Pensacola is where I belong, with the ocean and the white sand. You know what it's like staring out at the Santa Rosa Sound or walking down the Quiet Water Beach boardwalk, just strolling arm in arm on a summer night with a boy you have a crush on. Nothing can compare to that, because it is magic.
When I was 12, do you remember when Bobby Raymond took me on my first date?
Yeah, didn't he take you someplace just awful?
We went to the Civil War Soldiers Museum. And then he tried to kiss me and he bit my lip and I started bleeding everywhere. I've never been so embarrassed. To this day, I hate that place. And Bobby Raymond.
Whatever happened to him?
Last I heard, he was working at the Waffle House and engaged to Katie Morgan.
Poor man.
Charlotte, sometimes I feel like I'm going to be stuck here for the rest of my life. Just me and Mama in this house. Maybe after I graduate from secretary school, I can join the Peace Corps. Or the circus. Anything to get me out of here. I just want to go far, far away.
Don't be silly. You have a great life.
Sometimes I'm happy for Daddy.
What? Marie, he left us. How could you be happy about that?
Because he got out. He hopped in his pickup, he hit the highway, he went and found a new life. He was impulsive.
Yeah, and he left his children and wife behind to survive with nothing.
I know that part, Charlotte, and I'll never forgive him for that, but sometimes I can understand why he did it. You get that feeling of looking at all the same stuff for too long and soon your eyes start to burn and you think you'll go blind if you don't see something new real soon. It's like going to the beach and lying there in the white sand and looking up at something in the sky and watching the birds and thinking, where are they going? Why do they want to leave? Can I go with them?
I didn't realize you wanted to leave so badly.
I'm kind of torn. Charlotte, see, if I stay here, I want a life like yours, secure. But if I go, I want a romantic, exciting life. I'm not sure what I want to do. I can't decide which option sounds more appealing.
But secretary school does?
It's a lot better than sitting in this house all day with Mama. She whines and complains that she's miserable just because she's turning 43 soon. I don't want to end up like that, left and abandoned by a man, working some measly job just to get by and pay the bills. She's been working at the tide pool for over half of her life. She's lonely. I see it in her eyes. And it makes me sad. I don't know why she never remarried. If I were her, I would have gone on a cruise or something and moved to Miami, she's pretty. If she got out there more on her nights off.
Mama's happy. She likes living here because she knows practically everybody in Pensacola. She makes a point of it. And she's got Berniece just living a couple of doors down. There's no reason for her to get married again.
Charlotte, I bet you're never lonely. Because you know that every day at 6:15, Stephen will be home from work. And the two of you will have lots to talk about.
It isn't like that, Marie. Let me just say, there are many nights when I don't know where my husband is.
Do you think he's cheating on you?
I hope he's not that stupid.
He doesn't come home.
Just like Daddy.
Let's not talk about this anymore, Charlotte. I don't want you to get upset. I'm sure that Stephen is staying faithful. You just need to talk to him. The two of you just need to sort things out. That is all.
I hope so.
I have an idea for Mama for her birthday. You and I could send her on a cruise.
Are you insane? I don't have that kind of money.
Well, I do. I've been saving since Christmas with the check for graduation and that Granny sent me and all of that.
You would do that? You'd spend all your savings just so Mama could go on a cruise.
Well, why not? She needs to have a good time. Lord, let us both cross our fingers. She meets a man that takes a liking to her, and she comes home with a glow. We both know it's been a while for Mama. She probably forgot how to do it.
Dear Lord, Marie, the things you say.
But I'll tell her the present is from both of us. And you can just pay me back later.
What about Berniece?
What about her?
She'll want to go.
Then she can follow behind on a raft or something. I'll go see some travel agents this week and we can figure it out.
Mama would love it so much. It would be the perfect gift for her.
Oh, I hope so. That would be supper.
Mama is going to murder you for ordering a pizza.
Oh, well. Hello. There. You brought me pizza. You were so fast. Come in.
Thanks, you.
Oh, my. You're not the usual delivery man.
No, ma'am.
Charlotte, keep my new fiancé company, will you? I have to get some money from my purse. Wow, that pizza smells good.
Hello.
Hello.
Busy night?
Yes, it is very busy on Saturdays.
Charlotte, who is that? Marie Baker!
I'm coming, Mama!
Marie, I told you that I would fix supper.
What is your name?
My name is Miguel Castillo.
That's kind of romantic, don't you think?
Sure.
Keep the change. My phone number is there, written down in a little pink piece of paper. Use it. Call me. We should date. Thank you, Miguel Castillo. And you have yourself a wonderful evening. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I can't eat a thing.
And why not?
Because, Mama, I'm in love.
In love. With who? You don't even date Marie.
I have made a decision.
Oh, heaven help us all.
I am going to become Miss Miguel Castillo, and soon there will be free pizza for everyone.
I don't know what's happened to her, Charlotte. It has to be a brain tumor or something because that girl just ain't right.
He's just young.
Well, if I didn't know better, I swear she was adopted.
What are we going to do about the pizza?
Oh, take it home with you.
I'll take it into the kitchen for now. No telling what time Stephen will be home tonight.
Honey, he'll be coming by here soon. I'm sure of it.
What? You mean like Daddy?
Oh, Charlotte, it's not the same thing, and you know it.
I'm not sure anymore, Mama. He's getting that same look Daddy had right before he left. He's anxious and nervous and a million miles away. It scares me. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Trudy Baker, do I smell pizza in your house?
It's Marie. She ordered it. Now she's in love. Oh, it's been a day, Berniece, I tell you. Marie wants to go to secretary school. Charlotte and Stephen are having problems, and I can't find any peace of mind, and this is my only day off.
Well, there is no peace in Pensacola. Have a seat. We can do your nails.
Oh, I don't think my nails are up to it. Oh, did you get that hand cream I ordered?
Of course, have it right here. Did you hear about Katie Morgan?
I heard she was arrested.
Yes, but did you hear what she was arrested for?
Bobby Raymond said it was for shoplifting.
Well, Bobby Raymond is a birth defect. She was arrested for solicitation, and she wasn't selling candy bars outside of the grocery store. She was selling something else in the motel parking lot.
Berniece, are you sure about this? I've known Katie Morgan since she was just a baby. She comes from a good family.
Oh, they usually do. Then they get ruined. It's sad. So very sad.
Oh, that is sad.
So you say Charlotte and Stephen are having problems. Well, do tell. Do tell.
Oh, now, Berniece, I never gossip about my own family.
Oh, I don't see why not. I do it all the time. My niece Evelyn still doesn't know I let it slip out at church that she's pregnant. I told her I heard it from Randy Sinclair. I even played that sad bit, You are too young to be a mother. How can you do this to yourself, Evelyn? And my poor, poor sister, she ain't ready to be a grandmother yet. Oh, they fall for it every time.
How old is Evelyn now?
Well, the little tramp is only 16.
Same age Charlotte was when she had Julie. Same age I was when I had Charlotte.
Yes, but Charlotte did the right thing. She married Stephen. My niece is a sinner, just like my sister was before she found Christ and started beating the Bible to everyone. Who knew my sister would come to reform her filthy self and finally become a decent Christian woman like me?
Maybe it was my fault that Charlotte was such a young mother. Maybe I let her go to the beach too much.
You set good examples for both of you girls.
I wish you had children. Maybe you could understand better. I just want things to be better for Charlotte. She seems so unhappy all the time.
Well, that daughter of yours is as bitter as an old cup of coffee. Oh, you like the hand cream? Has a nice smell, don't you think?
Oh, I like it.
So what is this about Marie being in love and she's going to stewardess school?
Oh, secretary school. It'll be over in a few days. You know how she is.
All I can say is thank God she ain't mine.
My children are all right, I suppose. They did the best they could without a father. I know I could have done better with them. Maybe Charlotte wouldn't have got married so young, and maybe Marie wouldn't be insane.
Insane? She's insane?
Oh, no, of course not. She's just a little off, that's all. She always has been. You know that.
Well, honey, this is Florida. Oh, yeah, we're all a little off down here. Oh, now, check out this lipstick. Oh, isn't it sexy?
Mama?
What? What is it?
Marie just told me I have a fat ass.
Marie Baker.
I was in the kitchen eating pizza and she walked by and said, "Good Lord, Charlotte, we could show a movie on your fat ass." That is what she said.
I didn't mean for it to be insulting. It's called constructive criticism. I read about it once in one of those self-help books Granny gave me for graduation.
Make her move out, Mama.
Marie, did you tell your sister she had a fat ass?
I did, Mama. But I meant it in a helpful way. Charlotte, in case you haven't noticed, your figure just ain't the same since you had 2 children. You're getting a little wider in the hips, and I just wanted to point it out to you. That's all, Mama. I love my sister, and I think she's beautiful just the way she is.
Mama never told you this, but you were given to us by a sad family of circus freaks, and I believe the time has come to send you back.
Mama, I am terribly sorry I've upset my sister. I know she's very angry and hostile right now, but soon she'll agree with me. She'll see my point.
No, I don't think she will, Marie.
Mama, do you think she has a fat ass?
I won't discuss this with you. Now go into the kitchen and you apologize to your sister. The 2 of you are grown adults and you're acting like you're a couple of 3-year-olds.
What are you staring at?
And you will not be rude to my guest.
She's not a guest, Mama. She's the human version of a trailer park.
Bitch.
He didn't call yet.
Who, Stephen?
No, what Miguel?
Phone didn't ring.
Maybe it's broken.
He'll call, Marie. Give the boy a chance. You just met him 4 hours ago.
I'm impatient, I reckon.
Believe me, he'll call.
How do you know, Charlotte?
Boys always call. They don't lose your number until you've lost your mind.
Or your virtue.
Dear Lord, Marie, the things you say.
He's just so beautiful. I can't stop thinking about him. Hey, did you eat all the pizza?
I wrapped up what was left. It's in the fridge.
I'm going to heat some up. Do you want a slice? And a Dr. Pepper?
No, thank you.
I think I'm getting my appetite back. I was in the bathtub and I was singing a little love song for my new husband, and suddenly I started to think about corn nuts and macaroni salad. I don't know why. It's an odd combination.
Well, it's been an odd day, I reckon.
I reckon so. Are you sure you don't want to join me for a little snack?
Marie, I've telephoned a seamstress to have my mouth sewn shut because according to you, double features should be shown on my fat ass.
Are you still mad about that?
Just go get something to eat.
Fine.
Hey,
Hi.
did you know there was a typewriter on the front porch?
Belongs to my sister. She almost went to secretary school.
Change your mind?
Something like that.
I guess you're mad at me.
Something like that.
I just lost track of time. Charlotte, I'm sorry.
Save it, Stephen.
Oh, come on. Will you listen to me?
I'm not interested. It's after 11 o'clock at night. You were off work at 4:30 this afternoon.
I stayed late.
Don't lie. I called John at the gas station. He told me exactly when you left. While I'm here washing your dirty clothes, you're off doing God knows what.
Oh, Charlotte, it's not what you think.
You don't know what I think.
You think I'm cheating on you, don't you?
Well, the thought did cross my mind. You don't even call to give me some stupid excuse. You could at least do that, so I don't worry about you. If you would just lie to me, Stephen, I might feel a little better. I might not believe you, but at least I wouldn't worry.
Well, I figured you were over here with your mother.
You figured right. Missy's watching the girls.
I didn't mean to worry you.
I did the wash. I ate pizza. I watched some television. Meanwhile, I've been sitting here wondering what you could possibly be doing. I have a couple of ideas and they make me sick.
I was with some friends, Charlotte. We went for a drink.
Do these friends take their clothes off for a living?
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Charlotte. Look, let's not talk about it anymore, okay? I'm here now,
You
and
smell, Stephen.
yeah, I had a couple of beers.
It's more than that.
What are you talking about?
You smell like my father used to. Like you've been sitting in a bar all night planning your big escape. Forget the wife and kids at home. Just bring me another beer so I can get it all figured out. When I'm going to sneak out. When I'm going to leave them.
I'm not leaving you, Charlotte.
I shouldn't be surprised. The two of you are the same. He worked at the same gas station, for crying out loud. I'm just as ridiculous as my mother.
Oh, will you stop this, please? Okay, you're making a big deal out of this
Am
thing.
I?
It's
Am
not.
I really?
Yeah.
You're a liar and I can see it all over your face. I can smell it on your skin.
Well, you don't know what you're talking about, Charlotte.
I do. I see it. I hear it, Stephen. It's all over town.
I'm your husband, all right? And you're gonna listen to me. Now, I ain't cheating on you. And if you don't believe me, well, that's your own damn fault.
Then tell me where you go. Tell me who you spend your time with at night, because it sure ain't me. How can you stand there and look me in the eye and lie? You're just full of lies, just like my father.
I'm not like your father. I'm nothing like him.
Aren't you?
No. You don't know what I do, Charlotte. But I ain't cheating. I wouldn't do that to my family.
We don't have a family anymore.
Oh, well, whose fault is that?
Are you saying it's mine?
You've changed so much.
Because I'm not happy.
Okay, I don't make you happy anymore. I mean, I keep trying.
I'm 26 years old. I have a husband and 2 children.
And you're complaining.
I wanted to go to school. When I was 12, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah, well, I wanted to be Tim McGraw.
I wanted to go away to college. I wanted to go far, far away.
Well, why didn't you?
I do not want to end up like my mother, Stephen. That's what you're doing to me.
Oh, yeah, all right. Go ahead, Charlotte. Blame me for everything.
I'm not blaming you. Just listen.
Well, you're the one who wanted to get married.
You're humiliating me. I hear it everywhere I go. People are whispering about us. They know it's gone bad, just like when Daddy left and Mama had to raise us on her own.
Oh, stop comparing me to him.
How can I help it?
Charlotte, it's late, all right? If we keep yelling...
Fine. We'll talk about this at home. Just let me get my purse. Then we can go pick up our kids, go back to our house, and we can fight there. Sound good to you, honey?
Oh, just stop it, will you? Yeah, I went out. Yeah, I had a few beers, and I'm sorry I didn't call. I'm really sorry.
So am I, Stephen. I let a man break my heart twice in my life now, but I can guarantee you that it will not be happening again. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get my purse.
I'll wait in the car.
You do that, but will you at least get the wash first?
Fine.
Do you expect me to carry everything?
Bone ass, die ass. Miguel Castillo, come in.
Hello, Mary Baker. Thanks you for inviting me to your home.
It is my pleasure. My casa is your casa.
You are very nice. You are very pretty. Tu eres muy bonita.
Dankeschön. Mom is at church right now. I was supposed to be with her, but I told her I was sick.
You're sick.
No, I lied.
You are a liar.
I know. Isn't it great? Well, have a seat. Do you like Tostitos? Oh, and we have Dr. Pepper.
Muchas gracias.
Tell me about yourself, Miguel Castillo.
Mary Baker, I'm from Havana. I'm from Cuba.
Babaloo. Ricky Ricardo?
Is he your father?
No, honey. He's Lucy's husband. My sister and I watch the program all the time. We just love it.
I've been in America for only 2 years only. My English is not so good.
Really? Well, how's your French?
You are a wild American girl, yes?
I have made a decision. I'm going to become Miss Florida if it kills me.
Miss Florida.
I've been studying all night. I just never realized it until recently that this is my calling. Now, let me tell you what I found in my studies. I didn't care much for Miss Jamie Lynn Boulding. She won last year, and her talent was lyrical ballet. How tacky. But I simply died when I discovered Miss Kristen Alicia Bialudecki. She was Miss Florida 2 years ago, and she was wonderful. Very classy and elegant. Her platform was self-esteem through music, and she sang opera. It was something so foreign and breathtaking. Sort of like you. And I just loved Miss Jennifer DeGallo. Now, she was Miss Pensacola last year. She sang the hell out of Don't Rain on My Parade. I swear to you, when I read about this, the hair on my scalp stood up. I was beside myself. I nearly peed my pants. And her platform issue was the value of family. Couldn't you just die? She is so brave in these liberal times. I'm going to write to her a belated letter of support and tell her about my plans. Maybe I'll even take her to lunch, someplace healthy and Christian. Up until last night, around midnight, I wanted to go to secretary school, but now I have opted for a more glamorous, socially fulfilling career choice. I'm going to become Miss Florida and feed starving children in third world countries. It came to me in a dream. A vision I had last night. I saw myself in a bathing suit with cute polka dots. I was wearing a tiara and a sash. I was surrounded by hungry children, and I was feeding them pizza, and they all loved me. And the President of the United States of America, he was there, and he shook my hand, and he said to me, Miss Florida, Miss Marie Baker, you have changed the world. I smiled, and I waved, I even cried. There was a video crew there, and they shot the whole thing. And in my dream, it was being sold on television for only $19.95. So, as an American girl, I feel compelled to make my dreams come true. I just haven't told Mama yet.
You will be Miss Florida. You are beautiful.
Do you really think so, Miguel Castillo? I mean, I know we just met last night, but I haven't stopped thinking about you. You're very attractive.
I look much like my father.
Is he married?
For what?
Mama, she never remarried once Daddy ran off. Her birthday is next week. I don't think she has a date for the party.
My father is in Havana with my familia.
I want to meet him.
You want to go to Havana?
I want to go everywhere. I get tired of Pensacola. I need a change of scenery. Havana must be very nice this time of year.
You are a little loca. Crazy, I mean, yes?
Everyone says so. My sister Charlotte, well, she's the serious one. She always has been, but not me.
Not you.
Because I like to have fun. Do you like to have fun, Miguel Castillo?
Yes, Mary Baker. Fun is good.
Dance with me.
You wish to dance.
I'll have you know that I was almost a ballerina. But Mama wrote a check to pay for classes at the Star Step Dance Studio and it bounced.
I like to dance very much.
Well then, put your arms around me and get into the groove. We can dance all afternoon until Mama gets home from church.
You are a nice girl, Mary Baker. I like you very much.
Oh, isn't that sweet? But I need you to fall in love with me. And not just for my looks, either. Come on now, let's dance. Miguel Castillo, oh, we are dancing. We are having fun. We are getting down. Let's get funky. Oh, can we slow down a little, please? I'm getting a little dizzy now. We are moving pretty fast. Oh, you sure like to dance. I can tell. Can we stop for just a second? I can't feel my teeth.
Dance, Mary Baker, dance!
I'm dancing, Miguel Castillo. I'm dancing.
Faster! Faster!
I'm really dizzy. Let's have some.
But we must dance for love.
Yes, I know, but I can't see anymore.
Mary Baker, you are sick. You are not a liar.
I'm so sorry.
For what are you sorry for?
I just threw up all over your shoes. Now you'll never love me.
Sure is quiet. You rotten son of a bitch. I imagine you aren't lonely. You never were.
Mama, I was getting worried about you. You haven't worked this late in months. I almost called up to Charlotte to tell her to go down to the tide pool and check on you.
I stayed a little longer. It was busy.
Well, Tuesday night?
A bunch of tourists came in on their way to Montgomery, then Atlanta, I reckon. I've made a small fortune in tips tonight. Not enough to run off to the Bahamas, I'm sorry to say, but the electric bill will get paid on time this month.
Mama, you look sad.
I am a little bit.
Was Walter in a bad mood again, Mama? I told you, he's just a grumpy man and mean boss. He works you to death.
No, I can handle Walter. Maybe I just got a bad case of the birthday blues.
Your birthday isn't until Saturday. It's too early to get sad.
Marie, I think I've been sad for a long time.
Do you miss Daddy?
No, I hate that lazy excuse for a man.
It's all right if you miss him. I miss him sometimes myself. I don't remember much about him, though.
You're lucky.
Is that what has you down?
I guess it's just a little bit of everything. My birthday, the house.
The house?
It seems so quiet to me lately.
Mama, it's been quiet here since Charlotte moved out.
I know. I just don't notice it most of the time. Maybe that's why I don't mind working late. I don't like the quiet.
Well, if you get sad, you can always call up Berniece. She's always looking for a reason to come around here and snoop around.
Berniece has been a good friend to me all these years, Marie.
I know she has.
I'm worried about Charlotte and Stephen. Your sister is so much like me.
Yeah, she is stubborn.
She is so strong. She has so much fight in her.
We all do, Mama. You raised us right. We didn't even need Daddy because we had you.
Oh, you're an angel, Marie.
That's what Miguel says. Do you know that he called 16 times in the last 3 days? Can you believe it?
Is he all right?
Of course he is, Mama. I reckon he just likes me a lot.
I reckon so.
And I like him.
Bring him over so we can be properly introduced.
I was thinking about inviting him over for your birthday.
That will be fine.
He's so interesting. Did I tell you that he is from Cuba? He's only been in America 2 years.
Does he speak English?
He tries to. I've been helping him a lot. I want him to teach me Spanish. That way I can be bi and single.
You mean bilingual, Marie?
Is that what it is? I have to tell you about how it came to America. See, they have this program called the Special Cuban Migration Program.
Migration?
Yes, Mama, like birds. You mail this envelope to the U.S. interest section in Havana, and 4 times a year they pick from this pile of envelopes.
Like bingo.
No, it's more like winning the lottery, I reckon.
And he won.
He sure did. But it's also kind of sad.
What do you mean?
He misses his family, something awful.
They didn't come with him?
They weren't allowed to. Isn't that crazy? But he's trying real hard to bring them here. He had to fill out a form, something called a petition for alien relatives.
An alien?
No, Mama, it's not like the X-Files. That's what they call immigrants. But it was so fascinating. He showed me his passport and something called an I-94 card.
You really like this boy, don't you?
I do, Mama. But I don't want you to be sad. I get so worried about you.
Oh no, never mind about me, Marie.
I can't help it. You're my mother.
I'll be fine. Once I get through this weekend, I'll be back to my usual self again. You'll see.
I hope so. Charlotte and I have something special planned for you, so you better be happy at your party.
I'll be there with a smile on my face.
We have to buy some film so we can take lots of pictures. Some of these don't fit the old decor anymore.
What's all this mess, Marie? Is this for secretary school?
No, Mama. This is for my new career.
And what might that be?
I have made a decision. I'm going to become Miss Florida.
Come again?
Miss Florida. I have to study.
Since when did you decide to be in some beauty pageant?
Last Saturday night.
Marie, I don't know where you get your ideas, I swear.
My options are limited.
Well, what about school?
Mama, I'm not interested in college. It's boring. I'm craving excitement and adventure.
Then join the military.
I want to get married.
Oh, no, you don't.
Why not?
Because nothing lasts forever. Take it from me, Marie. I woke up one morning, got my children dressed, made breakfast for my family, and my husband went to work and never came home again. Now I have to serve drinks to every greasy-haired, dirty truck driver that comes through this place, and they're all looking for ways to cheat and lie. Getting married ain't like winning a prize at the fair for your peach pie, Marie. It's more like losing a little bit of yourself every day.
But Miguel says that if I win Miss Florida, he's going to take me to the Tropicana in Havana, so I can see the show. It's called Dance of the Chandeliers.
Marie Baker, if you become Miss Florida, I will buy you a chandelier.
I would rather have a rabbit.
Oh, you and that blasted rabbit. Do you realize that since you were 5 years old, you've been asking me for one?
Can I get one?
No. Took me 16 years to get rid of your sister, and it's going to take me longer than that to get rid of you. I don't need another mess to clean up.
You know what, Mama? I'm going to make you the best Dr. Pepper float that you have ever had.
That's fine, Marie. But you're not going to Cuba. I'm not buying you a rabbit, and you will not get married until you are 95 years old. Do you understand me?
Just sit back, Mama. You need to relax. I'm glad you finally got home so I could stop worrying about you.
Well, it's nice to know that someone is worrying.
I don't want you to be lonely.
I'm not lonely. I have you to keep me entertained.
That's right. No, I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, you will. But I will let you go.
Well, is she going to prison or is the judge going easy on her? I see. Hey, let me make a suggestion to you, Randy, dear. It's very important to get your facts straight, before you pass them on to a reliable source of information such as myself. The folks in my neighborhood depend on me to give them the truth and only the truth. Gosh, if I pass along a mistrust, my reputation as a concerned Christian citizen could be destroyed. Now, no, this is what I want you to do. Go down to the jailhouse and visit Katie Morgan and see if you can get her side of the story. Then call me back with all the filthy details as soon as you can. No, it's still early. Just past 8 o'clock. I can get at least 10 calls out before 9. Hurry on now. Oh, you have work to do. Trudy, I'm afraid to say this, but I have heard some distressing news.
What is it?
It's about Marie.
What has she done this time?
Well, my niece Evelyn said she heard it from my sister Anita, who heard it from Regina Montgomery's mother, who overheard a conversation with Jocelyn Farnsworth, and she was talking to her minister at All Baptist Church.
What did she hear?
That Marie was dating a Cuban. Folks say she's been trading all over town with him the last couple of days.
Well, good for her.
You knew about this?
His name is Miguel Castillo.
Have you met him?
Well, we haven't been properly introduced yet. Maria's inviting him over for my birthday party.
But he's a Cuban.
Berniece Cole, I am ashamed of you.
Oh, now, Trudy, I'm not a bigot.
Oh, Berniece, give it up. You are the queen of the redneck Riviera.
I am not.
My daughter is allowed to date whomever she chooses. This is a free country, I might remind you.
But people are going to talk, Trudy.
So let them.
You really aren't concerned?
Folks have talked about my family for generations. It started with my mother and it carried on with me. When Jackson left, everybody we know went nuts with gossip just because I decided to go back to work. So now it's my daughter's turn. There's one thing you should understand about this family. I might have raised my children on my own, and Lord knows they ain't perfect. But gossip is something that will not destroy them.
I understand. I was just concerned.
You have been my friend for many years now.
Yes, I have. Faithful and loyal for over 30 years.
I would like to make a suggestion to you. I think you should worry about your own family. There's plenty to talk about on your filthy side of the fence.
And whatever do you mean, Gertrude?
I do not wish to discuss it, Berniece.
No, please do. Are you referring to the fact that my niece Evelyn is pregnant, not married?
No, I'm speaking of the affair you are having with a younger man, the bow-legged cashier boy down at the supermarket.
Who told you that?
No, it doesn't matter, and I don't care if it's true or not. But as for my daughter, if she's dating a man from Cuba, then that's her business.
I agree with you, Trudy. I was just letting you know what I heard.
Well, sometimes, Bernice, I think you hear a little too much.
Well, maybe so. But if I find out who told you I was having an affair, murder will take place.
Oh, that's nonsense.
Oh, I'm serious. It's a heart attack. They'll have to lock me up in a cell right next to Katie Morgan. Is it on here to you?
Oh, no. Why?
Because I'm sweating like a whore in church.
Oh, dear Lord, Bernice, the things you say.
Perhaps it's because I feel a little guilty.
Did you steal more pantyhose from the Winn-Dixie?
No, it's worse than that.
I can tell that you're hiding something from me.
Well, for whatever it is worth,
Yes?
he's only 14 years younger than me.
Bernice Cole, you mean to tell me that it's true?
I don't want to be married anymore, Trudy.
Well, why not?
Because I'm bored.
You should appreciate what you have. Really, you should.
I know that. And I feel just awful about what I'm doing.
Do you?
No. Not really. It's actually a lot of fun. Oh, he is wicked.
You are awful.
Oh, you think I'll burn in hell?
Yes, you probably will. Right next to your niece, Evelyn.
Oh, he's just so good to me. It's different. It's new. I just get tired of it all. My husband's a pig. Franklin snores and he burps at the supper table and then he farts whenever he's watching his favorite programs on television.
He just likes to be comfortable.
But so do I. Well, if I hear any more distressing rumors about Marie and her immigrant boyfriend, I'll put a stop to it right away.
I would appreciate that. So would Marie.
That's the least I can do. For some reason, Marie can't stand beside of me, but I still feel like I'm part of this family.
You are.
Just do me a favor.
What is it?
If Franklin, should ask you anything.
Oh, I'll take it to my grave. In truth, I'm disappointed by what you're doing, but you are my best friend.
Thank you, Trudy. Shall we do your nails?
Fine. I've been needing a manicure.
What you want for your birthday?
Oh, there's so much I want, Bernice. I'm not talking about presents either. I want to finish paying this house off next month, so it'll finally be mine. And then someday I want to quit my job so I don't have to serve drinks for a living. And then I can finally start a garden, or I could travel somewhere far, far away. I want Charlotte and Stephen to remember how in love they once were, and I want Marie to find a purpose in her life. And I want you to always remember the good times we had when we were younger.
You were a bad influence on me, Trudy. If I hadn't met you, I'd probably be the first lady by now.
Oh, Bernice, they don't give makeovers at the White House.
Yeah, well, maybe they should. I don't mean to sound unpatriotic, but have you seen some of them ugly sons of bitches? Good Lord, they are the downfall of our nation.
Are you going to just sit there all night, Stephen?
You got any better ideas, Trudy?
She'll be back soon. She only went to play bingo. It's not like she's out cheating on you.
Thanks. I knew I could count on you for support.
She's my daughter, and she's not happy.
Well, neither am I.
Then fix it.
Hello, I'm home.
Why, look, Stephen, it's Miss Florida.
That was a silly idea. Childish. There are far more important things in this world than silly pageants.
Like what?
I have made a decision.
Brace yourself.
I'm going to become the U.S. ambassador to Cuba.
Oh, no, you're not.
All right, fine, Mama. I know you never agreed to it, but I need a career. I need to feel like I'm contributing something to my relationship.
Relationship?
How was your date, Marie?
It was thrilling. He is so romantic. He read me poetry. Of course, it was in Spanish, so I couldn't understand a word of it. But I loved it just the same. He has this way, Mama, of just saying my name, and I get chills.
It's probably a fever.
Well, who you dating? I mean, I didn't even know you had a boyfriend.
Oh, he's more than that, Stephen. His name is Miguel Castillo, and he is my future. Who would ever believe that a pizza could bring me such happiness and joy? He took me out to dinner tonight.
Where'd he take you?
House of Chong. And we sat there and we held hands. We looked into each other's eyes and he said something that sounded like, "You have an umbrella in your hair." But what he was actually trying to say is, "Marie Baker, I do not care if you will be secretary or Miss Florida. I think I'm falling madly in love with you just the way you are."
Oh, he said that, did he?
Oh, it was gorgeous. It reminded me of sitting on the front porch on a summer night just like this one and staring up at the moon and drinking a glass of lemonade or sweet tea and the stars are shining brightly above you. It is so bright that it almost looks like morning. And then suddenly you realize this feeling creeps up all over you. And you know that you've got nothing left to wish for because you have everything you could have ever possibly wanted.
Marie, I've never seen you like this.
It's a bad sign.
I'm a changed woman. I owe it all to him. When I graduated from high school, things looked dismal, just awful. I thought to myself, Marie, you are going to spend the rest of your life in this place. There will be no magic or surprises or happy endings for you. You better just sit back and look like you're having a good time. Maybe if you pretend hard enough, you'll believe it. I think that's why I've had such a hard time deciding on the right career for myself, but because none of it mattered without him. Without Miguel Castillo? Oh, Mama, I can't wait until the Saturday until you can finally meet him. And he can finally get to know our family.
Who in the hell is he?
He delivered a pizza to us last weekend.
I'm gonna make us a cold pitcher of lemonade.
I don't know what's gotten into her.
Sounds like a Cuban to me.
Oh, you watch your mouth, cowboy.
No, I mean, hey, I'm happy for Marie. I mean, she needed a little love in her life, and maybe you'll give her some, guidance.
What about you? What are you gonna do?
Did you win?
$200.
Oh, Charlotte, that's great.
I knew I should have gone. I was feeling lucky.
Oh, you should have seen this girl. She was like the queen of bingo. She was sitting there and screaming at the top of her lungs, "Bingo! Bingo!" Oh, I loved it.
I'm glad you had such a good time, sugar.
I had so much fun.
Oh, it's always fun when you win. Oh, Stephen, how are you? I hadn't even said hello to you yet. Forgive me.
I'm all right, Berniece. And yourself?
There is no peace in Pensacola.
Mama, were the kids all right?
They were fine. They're sleeping in your old room. Come into the kitchen with me, you heathen. Maria's making lemonade. Maybe it'll cool you off.
I hate lemonade.
Then I'll make you something else. Are you hungry?
You got any coffee cake?
Will you settle for pound cake?
If I must. Charlotte, don't go spending that money all on the place now, you hear?
I won't, Berniece. Thanks again for taking me with you.
Sure, anytime. Anytime.
Didn't expect to see you here, Stephen. Thought you'd be out somewhere. Down at the beach playing your guitar, maybe.
I was waiting for you.
Any reason why?
I need to tell you something, Charlotte.
What is it?
Well, Charlotte, this isn't easy to say.
Just tell me, Stephen.
Let's go home first, all right? We'll talk there.
This is my home.
Yeah, I reckon it is.
Whatever it is you have to say to me, just say it.
I want out of this marriage. I want a divorce.
That's fine, Stephen. You go on then. I will divorce you and you can leave. I've always wondered where the cowboys go. Lord Marie, keep your tongue in your mouth.
Where's Mama?
She's out back with Stephen and Berniece.
Well, get her in here
What for? You look busy.
so we can give her our present. We're shipping Mama and Berniece off on a cruise.
This was my sister's idea.
And it's a good one. Mama needs to get out of here for a while.
What are you gonna do while she's gone, Marie?
I'll think of something.
That's what I'm afraid of. Miguel, make sure my sister doesn't burn the house down to the ground.
She likes to have fun.
Yes, she does.
I'll get the cake. You go get Mama. I can't wait to give her those tickets. She'll be thrilled. Stephen, bring the radio in with you. I need to dance.
She likes to dance.
What do you like to do, Miguel? I don't know much about you.
Yo soy un escritor.
Oh, really?
He writes poetry, Charlotte, in Spanish.
It's so god awful humid in this town. My hair is knocking on heaven's door.
Marie, where did you and Miguel go for so long? We couldn't find you.
We were on the front porch, Mama.
You was trying to seduce him.
I was not, Charlotte.
Happy birthday, Senora Baker.
Thank you, Miguel. You may call me Trudy.
Well, hi there. I'm Bernice Cole.
Stay away from him. I like my boyfriend just the way he is. Besides, he's too old for you.
Trudy, I mean this in the nicest way, but your daughter is the meanest little bitch on the block. I mean, I don't know what causes her to hate me so much. Now, what have I done to her? What do you think it is?
Schizophrenia.
Oh, dear Lord, Charlotte, the things you say.
It's true, Mama. I think you left her out in the sun too long when she was a baby.
Bernice, I apologize for Marie's behavior. I'll speak to her about it. But in the meantime, let's all try to get along, at least for the afternoon.
Thanks you for inviting me to your party, Senora Baker.
Oh, you're welcome, Miguel. I'm so glad you could be here with us. Marie has told me so much about you.
I like her very much.
Cuba are you from?
I'm from Havana.
You are from heaven. Mama, did you try some of the Cuban food Miguel brought?
Bernice and I had a bite of it. What is it called?
It's called Morons and Christians.
No, Moros y Cristianos.
Oh, isn't that what I said?
No,
Don't bother arguing with her. It's no use, Miguel.
I know.
Oh, well, he learns fast.
The hot dogs are burnt.
Oh, no.
Stephen, I thought you were keeping an eye on them.
Nah, I fell asleep.
You are absolutely useless.
I want to take a picture of everybody. Come on, gather around as if you like each other. Berniece, are you drunk? Fix your hat.
What's the matter with it?
Oh, it's just a little crooked.
Steven, for the love of God, can you at least look like you're married to Charlotte? Move in closer. Put your arm around her.
Just take the picture, Marie.
Miguel, move away from Berniece. You are liable to catch something standing so close to her. There, that's better.
Hurry up and take the picture.
Mama, do you have lipstick on your teeth?
Oh, do I?
Here, I have a tissue. I'll get it.
Charlotte, fix your hair.
Just take the damn picture now.
Well, now, I think it's time for presents. Mama, you are the birthday girl. Have a seat on the sofa.
Want me to get the cake?
Don't worry about it. We'll eat in the kitchen.
What are we going to do about supper?
You can order a pizza.
What for, Marie? You're already dating the delivery man.
Don't be evil, Charlotte. This is a party.
Will the two of you just hush up and let this woman open her birthday presents?
Charlotte, Berniece just yelled at us.
We probably deserved it.
Miguel, for my birthday, I want a piñata. So I can beat the hell out of it with a huge stick.
Yeah, well, somebody should have taken a huge stick to your behind a long time ago.
When I become First Lady of Cuba, I will destroy you.
Mama, open your presents. Steven, stop standing so damn close to me. You're breathing down my neck.
I'm sorry, I'm hungry.
Miguel, do you like fried chicken?
That's it. I'm opening these presents, and then Bernice and I are going to the tide pool.
What for?
To get drunk. It's my birthday, and I want to get drunk. You people are crazy.
Fine, Mama. You and Bernice can go out just as soon as you open your gift from Charlotte and me, after you've had some birthday cake. I do not think that we should yell in front of Mama. It's making her nervous on her birthday, and now she just wants to go to the tide pool and drink herself stupid. We can't all cooperate, please.
Thank you, Marie. I appreciate that. I just want to thank you all for being here to share this day with me.
Where else would we be, Mama?
It's been a wonderful day. Really, it has.
We just want you to be happy, Mama. Here, now, open this. It's from Charlotte and me.
What is it? A love letter?
Just open it.
Well, then, all right. Bernice! We're going on a cruise!
What?
Look, these are 2 tickets for a cruise. We're going to the Bahamas.
Oh, good Lord, and Merry Christmas!
Oh, I am so happy. Thank you.
It was Marie's idea.
Oh, this is just what I need, a vacation.
Mama, we want you to go and have a good time.
Well, Marie, I can't believe that you included me in this. That was actually nice of you.
Well, just know I give you a hard time because of your disgusting ways, but you are Mama's best friends. Just make sure she has some fun.
Oh, she will.
Oh, of course I will.
Trudy, what in the hell are we going to wear?
Oh, we have to get our hair done.
Oh, maybe I'll color mine.
I'll take my dresses to the dry cleaners.
Imagine a whole week without Franklin. Oh, this is better than the boys at Bamboo Willie's.
Mama.
I'm right here, Marie.
Marie Baker, I love you very, very much.
I love you too, Miguel Castillo.
I want to be with you. Siempre. Por vida. Will you marry me?
Yes, I will marry you.
Oh,
Oh, my.
I have to plan a wedding. Charlotte, will you help me?
Of course, Marie.
Let's put some music on.
I agree. This is supposed to be a party.
I'll be the DJ.
At least you're good for something.
Marie Baker, do as you wish to dance.
Let's dance, Miguel Castillo. Where did Stephen go?
He ain't coming back, Marie.
What do you mean?
He wants a divorce.
What?
He hasn't said much to me. I think he was just trying to keep the peace for Mama's sake.
Charlotte, what are you saying?
I'm saying that my husband is leaving me.
You can't be serious.
Well, it's true. He told me a few nights ago. He wants out of our marriage. He wants his freedom.
He can't do this to you. What about Julie and Ashley?
Why do you think I sent them off to that summer camp?
Does Mama know?
I couldn't ruin her birthday.
I can't believe this. The nerve of that man.
Is it my fault, Marie? Is it because I'm always so uptight?
No, Charlotte, of course not.
Is it because I'm not as pretty as I used to be? Raising children takes so much out of you. Those girls run me ragged. Julie's almost grown and Ashley runs wild, just like you did.
You're a good mother.
Am I? I can't stop thinking about my girls. How will I take care of them on my own?
Mama and I can help you. And Miguel?
I pushed him away.
No, you didn't, Charlotte. He ran away. There's a difference.
I'm just like Mama. When Daddy left her, we had nothing. We still don't.
Stephen won't do that to you. He's a good man.
Then how can he leave his wife and children? Aren't we worth fighting for?
Can't blame yourself.
I blame him. I blame myself. I blame Daddy. It was all part of it. I knew it was going to happen. I just kept waiting. He only married me because I was pregnant.
That's not true. Stephen loves you.
I don't even know how to love him. I can't love anybody. I won't let myself. Don't you see?
Because of Daddy.
Because he left me.
You're the only one he left. You're not the only one he left.
But I hated myself for it. I thought it was my fault because I wasn't a good daughter.
That's crazy.
Now I keep thinking that Stephen wants to leave me because I'm not a good wife. I'm so messed up.
Then fix it.
I don't know how. I'm going to lose everything in my life because I don't know how to love anybody.
Then start.
How?
Forgive Stephen. Forgive yourself.
And forgive Daddy.
If you don't, it will eat you alive.
But I'm scared. I don't want to get hurt again.
I won't let that happen.
Will you help me, Marie?
Yes,
Will you help me save my marriage?
I'll help you save yourself.
Is it that easy?
You can't be so serious all the time.
I know. Sometimes I'm just awful.
You have to enjoy life. You have 2 daughters who need you very much.
I know.
And a mother.
We aren't as close as we used to be, me and Mama.
And a sister.
I love you.
That's a start.
Marie Baker?
Miguel, I missed you so much. How's work? I was getting worried because it was getting so late.
You are beautiful.
I've been waiting for you. Did you bring me a pizza?
Are you happy, Marie?
Yes, Miguel.
Are you lying, Marie?
Yes, Miguel.
What is the matter?
I'm just a little sad.
For Why are you sad?
Because I have fallen in love with you.
And for this, you are sad.
A little bit. I cleaned the bathroom.
Kid, why? I do not understand.
Life is so wonderful with you. You are romantic and exciting and very beautiful. I just wonder how long it'll take before you leave me.
Where do I go?
The same place every other man goes. Miguel, when I was a little girl, my daddy left us. He never came back. He didn't call us or write to us. My sister and mama and me, we had to get by without him. So I'm a little nervous that with a boy like you, I don't want you to leave.
Marie, I love you. You have changed my life.
I have? How?
You are loca. You make me laugh. You give me gifts, prizes. Like in this country, I'm alone. America is not my home. It is different here. I miss my familia.
I know you do. You write letters to your mama every week.
Marie, you make me happy. I've never met a girl like you.
Neither have I, Miguel.
So why are you sad? We are in love. We are going to get married. We're going to have a wedding.
Yes, we are. In fact, Charlotte and I mailed out invitations this morning.
I'm sorry that your father left you. I will not.
Do you know what forever is, Miguel?
It is a very long time.
It's more than that. It's waking up every morning and needing someone else just to breathe. It's looking at a man and aching inside because he is so beautiful you just want to cry. It's finding a place with someone where the two of you connect and nothing in this world can destroy that. When you look at me or hold my hand, I feel that way. I feel like forever. And I know Mama felt that way when she looked at Daddy. Miguel, I know you're not the same type of man that Daddy was. You're good. You're honest. You would never turn your back on family. But I'm scared of what I feel. I love you very much, and I have never loved a boy like that before. So, if this is forever, I need to know that.
Siempre. Por vida.
Is that a good thing?
This is forever, Marie Baker.
I hope so. Wow.
It is Mama in the Bahamas.
She left this morning with Berniece.
I miss you very much all day.
Isn't that sweet? Do you think we're a strange couple?
For why do you ask?
People are saying that we are.
Because I'm Cubano.
And because I am loca.
Or why do we need to speak the same language? Or why do we need to come from the same country?
I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I like the way you speak and all your stories about Havana.
I wish to take you to Havana. I wish for you to meet my mother, my father, my sisters.
I would go, Miguel. I would go to Havana with you and I would never want to come back. I love you that much.
You are very serious today, yes?
You know what? A lot of people in this town don't take me seriously. I suppose I've never given them any reason to. It's because of who I am. I'm impulsive, but sometimes people talk about me. They say that I'm confused or different or strange, but I'm just me. I'm just a girl living in Pensacola, Florida, and there ain't nothing special about my life. I'm just here. Maybe that's why I can't figure out what I want to be. because I'm too scared to be myself. It's easier to pretend. If folks don't know me as Crazy Marie, then what would I be? Well, I'd be boring. And that is something I don't ever wish to be. Miguel, I know you're very special because even if it was just me, boring, average, and ordinary, you would still love me, wouldn't you? Hey, wouldn't you?
Yes, Mary Baker. You are my America.
You are my Cuba.
Let us go to Havana.
Babaloo.
Oh, hello, Miguel. This is Charlotte. Why, of course she's here. She's in the backyard putting up the decorations for the reception tomorrow. Let me get her for you. Marie, the telephone's for you. She'll be with you in a second.
Who is it, Charlotte?
It's your soon-to-be husband.
Hello, Miguel. How are you? Good news. What is it? No, tell me now. Oh, Miguel. Are you serious? That's wonderful. You must be so happy. What a happy 4th of July this is going to be. I just can't believe this. Yeah. Mama and Charlotte and Berniece are helping me get ready in the morning. Will you call me before you go to the church? I get so worried about you working late. I love you. Oh, Miguel. Siempre. Por vida. Bye.
What's all the excitement about?
Miguel's family has been approved. They'll be arriving in Miami tonight and flying into Pensacola in the morning. They'll be here for the wedding tomorrow.
Oh, Marie, that's wonderful.
I'm so happy. He misses his family so much. I can't wait to meet him. I hope they like me.
Of course they will.
I could just cry, Charlotte. That poor baby boy has been separated from his family so long.
I'm home.
Mama, you're back.
It's so good to see you. We missed you.
Oh, I had the time of my life.
I'll get your suitcases then. You can tell us all about the trip. We're dying to hear every single detail.
Mama, I'm so glad you made it back safely. Did you have a nice time?
Oh, I didn't want to come home. That was the nicest birthday present.
It was Marie's idea. Sit down. Do you want something to drink?
No, I'm fine. Oh, well, I'm glad to see the house is still standing.
All right. I want to hear everything.
Well, sit down, both of you. I have something to tell you.
Mama, what is it?
Is it bad news?
Well, now that depends.
Let me guess. You finally got rid of Berniece.
Not quite. Although she almost got us deported, but that's another story.
Just tell us.
Well, I met a man.
You didn't.
I did.
You little hussy.
I told you she would.
Oh, he's the perfect gentleman. His name is Charles.
Is he single?
As a matter of fact, he is.
You met him on the cruise ship?
Oh, I'll tell you the whole story later. First, I have something to say. I've decided to move. I'm selling the house.
Selling the house?
Mama, what are you talking about?
I've decided to move to Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Oh, my Lord, Mama, have you lost your mind? You can't move to Atlanta all by yourself.
I'm not going alone.
I knew it. This was Bernice's idea. Let's set her on fire.
No. This is my choice. I'm moving to Atlanta. I'll be living with Charles.
I think I might pee.
There's no way in hell you're moving to Atlanta to live with some man you just met on a cruise ship.
And why not?
Because that's crazy. You're talking about selling the house, our home, and moving off somewhere with a stranger?
I need to make a change in my life.
Then we should get a rabbit.
Mama, there's nothing wrong with your life.
There is, Charlotte. I've spent my life taking care of people. First my mother, and then my husband, and then my children. I want some time of my own. I want to enjoy the rest of my life without any obligations to people. I think I'm entitled to a little happiness.
Of course you are.
It's a cure for my loneliness.
I understand that, but why move so far, far away? What happiness will you find living with a man? You'll end up taking care of him. You just wait and see.
Maybe things will turn out that way, but I have decided to find out for myself.
Where are you going?
Well, your sister's getting married tomorrow, Charlotte. We have 1,000,001 things to do around here. I need a Dr. Pepper.
This was all your idea. If we hadn't sent Mama on that cruise...
Charlotte, I did not expect her to come home and sell the house. What am I going to do? What about you? If you and Stephen get a divorce, where will you stay? You can't afford to live a place by yourself.
Let's not talk about that. I haven't told Mama yet.
Why doesn't Mama just give us the house? I can get a job, then I can help take care of Julie and Ashley. You need to talk some sense into Mama.
It's no use, Marie. You know what she's like once her mind is made up.
Stubborn, just like you.
I can't help it. I'm my mother's daughter.
Well, at least try, Charlotte. Otherwise, Mama will be moving to Atlanta.
I never imagined this happening. I thought we'd always stay together.
So did I.
Stephen, it's Charlotte. Listen, I think we need to talk. I'm on my way home. Well, where are you? Where are you going? What do you mean, out? Who are you going with? Don't you dare come home drunk, Stephen. I won't let you in. Damn it, why do you have to do this? I just want to talk to you. You owe me that much. Can't you just wait a few minutes until I get there so we can discuss this? Our marriage. Fine. You go and have a good time. Just leave me at home with the kids. You are a real sorry son of a bitch. Do you know that? Ugh.
Mama, will you just calm down? Everything is taken care of.
I am a nervous wreck. This wedding of yours is going to be the death of me. Oh, where is Berniece? She was supposed to be back from the church by now.
I'm sure Charlotte has everything under control.
I can't believe how calm you are.
Were you scared, Mama, when you married Daddy?
I was terrified.
Because you were in love?
Because I was worried I was making the biggest mistake of my life.
I have found Jesus Christ on earth, and his name is Howard.
Oh, dear Lord, Berniece, the things you say.
Oh, that man is delicious.
Are you talking about the boy at the bridal boutique, the tailor?
Oh, I know it's a holiday, but I was tempted to rip my dress off and let that man alter me right there on the counter.
Oh, well, thank God you remember the wedding dress. Oh, go try this on, sugar. Make sure it fits right.
Oh, I can run next door and get my case if you want me to give you a makeover.
This is my wedding day, Berniece. You are not touching my face. Or the groom.
Still no word from Miguel?
No.
Maybe he's just lost track of time.
Maybe.
Oh, Stephen should be on his way to the airport by now.
Oh, is he skipping town?
No, he's picking up the in-laws. Miguel's family has arrived.
I just hope they like me.
Oh, you stop worrying about that. Go try on that wedding dress. We got to get you to the church on time.
Okay, Mama. Maybe I'm not scared because I know I'm making a mistake in my heart, Mama. I'm not making a mistake. I know it.
My baby's leaving me, Berniece.
Well, it's about time if you ask me.
As usual, nobody did.
Well, you should have kicked her little ass out the day after graduation.
Dear Lord, Berniece, the things you say.
Maybe that's why I never had children, because I wouldn't know how to say goodbye to them.
You have no idea what it does to a woman.
No, you're right, I don't have a clue. But what I do know is you've been one hell of a good mother to those girls.
Charlotte, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be at the church.
Mama, where is Marie?
She's in her bedroom. She's putting on her wedding dress.
Go get Marie, Mama.
What happened? Charlotte, what is it?
Where's my sister?
Hi, Charlotte. Happy Independence Day.
My baby sister?
Aren't you supposed to be at the church?
Marie, I need you to sit down.
Is something wrong? Is it the girls?
Oh, my Lord. Did something happen to Julie and Ashley?
No, my children are fine.
Well, what is it, Charlotte? You need to tell me because you're scaring me.
Just sit down, Marie, please.
I don't want to sit down.
I have to tell you something right now, and it's something awful.
Just tell me.
It's about Miguel.
Oh, my Lord.
What about Miguel? Damn it, Charlotte, where is he?
He was working last night.
I know that.
He was on a delivery, Marie, and there was a robbery.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, my God, where's my purse? I have to go. I have to find him.
Marie, he was shot.
No. No, I won't listen to you, Charlotte. I won't hear you say this to me. Miguel's meeting me at the church and we're getting married.
Marie, he was shot in the head.
Don't say that.
He died this morning.
No! I'm going to marry him because I love him. I love him so much.
I know, Marie. I know.
Who did this to him?
They don't know. Mama, help me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say.
Oh, my sweet girl. Oh, my angel. I'm so sorry.
Mama, he's not dead. He's waiting for me at the church. He's waiting for me. I know he is. We were going to have forever.
Stephen?
Charlotte, I got over here as soon as I heard. I was on my way to the airport and I turned around. I didn't know what to do. Miguel's family, they're still there. They're waiting.
Thank you.
Well, how's Marie? Is she here?
She's in her room. Mama keeps checking on her to make sure she doesn't do anything foolish. To tell you the truth, I don't know if my sister will ever be the same.
What about you?
What do you mean?
Well, when I was driving over here, I started thinking about everything.
Like what?
Like when something like this happens, like it makes you a little more grateful for what you got.
I feel the same way. I thought about the girls and you. What would I have done if...
It scares me. I guess
It did?
Charlotte, I know we have a lot of problems. Our marriage, it ain't working for either of us. You know,
I know that. I know you aren't happy.
and neither are you.
But can you blame us? Stephen, we were just kids when we got married. Now we have kids of our own. It all happens so fast. I get angry sometimes, like I've been cheated.
But you haven't.
What are you saying?
Well, I didn't cheat on you.
I want to believe that. With all my heart and soul, I do.
It's the God honest truth.
Then why did you give up on us? Why did you stop coming home at night? Couldn't you see it was driving us even further apart?
I didn't want to upset you.
Just tell me, Stephen, please.
I felt like I was disappointing you.
What?
When we got married, I made you a whole lot of promises that I would take care of you and that we would never go without.
Well, we've just been through some rough times, that's all.
But I couldn't make things better, no matter how hard I tried.
Stephen, you're a hard-working man. You've been a good father to our children.
Yeah, but what kind of husband have I been?
Well, I'm not the nicest wife in the world.
Do you love me enough?
Sometimes. But not lately.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know I've hurt you. I couldn't do it anymore,
Couldn't do what?
I kept seeing that look on your face, like everything I wasn't doing wasn't enough, like you were comparing me to your father.
I was blaming you for what he did, but I've forgiven him.
Can you forgive me?
What do you want to do? Start over?
Can we?
I don't know. I've cried a lot of tears over you lately. You hurt me real bad.
Well, when John called me about what happened to Miguel,
You don't have to say it.
what would I have done if it happened to you?
You would have your freedom.
Well, that's not what I want.
What do you want?
I want to be Tim McGraw.
In this lifetime, Stephen, what do you want in this lifetime?
I want to be a good husband and a good father.
But is it that simple? What makes you think it'll work this time? We've been trying for over 10 years now.
I don't know. I was bored, Charlotte. I mean, that's the truth. Everything was always the same.
I can't change life, Stephen. This is who we are. We're married and we have kids, and we'll probably spend the rest of our lives just trying to get by.
But I wanted things to be easier for both of us.
And so did I. But we've made it this far, haven't we? So many people said it would never last.
Well, they were wrong. And I don't want to lose this family.
Then fix it. We have to make it special and keep it that way, or it will never be right.
I'm willing to give it a try.
Are you?
I think this is worth fighting for. My wife, my daughters.
Well, now that's more like it. You finally come to your senses. I'm glad to see that survived living in the land of stupid.
Hello, Stephen. I thought I heard you out here.
Trudy, I'm real sorry about Miguel.
We all are.
Mama, I'm so worried about Marie.
Marie's gonna be fine. She's my daughter, isn't she?
I want to talk to you about something serious, Mama.
Is it more bad news?
No, it's an idea I have.
What's on your mind, Charlotte?
Are you really moving to Atlanta?
Yes, I am. Well, not right away. I want to make sure Marie is all right before I go. Probably in September. I'd like to sell the house by then.
That's what I want to talk to you about. What if Stephen and I bought the house from you? Marie could stay and help out, and maybe I can convince her to go to school.
Well, that is an idea.
Is it worth discussing? Maybe over supper next week?
Absolutely.
Fine then. I'll call you a little later to check on Marie. Stephen, are you ready to go home?
Yeah, I am. I'll see you soon.
You take good care of my daughter, cowboy.
I always will, Trudy. Miguel's family,
Where are they?
I never made it to the airport. to get them.
Oh, I'll take care of it.
Hey, God forgive me, Trudy Baker. All I could do is make a casserole when I'm such a fat cow. I ain't half of it sitting out here on your front porch. I just fell to pieces thinking about that poor sweet boy. You know, I looked at Franklin and I've ended my affair, Trudy. It's over.
I'm glad you're here, Berniece.
Well, where else would I be? No, honey, don't worry. We're all gonna get through this. It's just a sign to slow down and love each other more.
Mama,
Yes, Angel.
did Charlotte go home?
Yes, she did.
I wanted to say goodbye to her.
She'll be back, Marie.
Where is Miguel's family?
They're still at the airport. I was just about to go get them.
I was lying in my bed, Mama, and I was thinking about everything. I was trying real hard not to cry. So I started to remember things about Miguel that made me laugh and smile.
Tell me.
How he would read his Spanish poetry for me. I could never understand a word he was saying, but he used to tell me funny stories about how when he was just a little boy in Havana. But then I got sad and even angry. Mama, all his life he wanted to come here to live in America. He thought everything would be better. That's why he left his family behind and his friends and everything he'd ever known. He left behind the true meaning of his words. And that little boy he used to be. He's probably there now. In Havana. Running down those old streets, dancing, singing a song. So I had to ask myself about this world. This country that I live in, Mama. I still want to believe in America, but how can I? What kind of a place would allow this to happen? How can people be so brutal and unkind? I don't think I will ever understand what happened to Miguel Castillo. But his words and his song, they will always be here with me in Pensacola. He gave me magic. And now I will give him grace.
Miguel will always be in your heart, Marie.
I'm going to the airport, Mama. I'm going to meet my new family. I will sit down his mother, and I will tell her that her little boy has been killed. I will take her hands in mine, and I will look into her eyes. I can imagine they're warm and comforting. And I will hear the words fall from my lips that Miguel Castillo is dead. I will hold his mother while she weeps. I will hold her in my arms and I will feel her pain because I loved him. And then I will reach for his father who has similar features and I will tell this man how much I loved his son. That in my life, I will never love anyone as completely as I love Miguel. And I will touch the faces of his sisters, and I will wipe away their tears as they mourn the loss of their brother, and I will swear to them, I will never leave them or their lives, because they are Cuba, and I am America, but Mama, together we are Miguel Castillo.
Then I will wait here, Marie, until you come home.
Will you, Mom?
I promise.
I should go now.
Please do.
I love you, Mama.
God go with you, Marie.
Mama, maybe if I'm lucky, I'll be able to show them. And they will see. They will see the fireworks light up the American sky.